right. I just want to say while I'm sitting here on my way to get on the bus, next hour or so, I got to wait about a half hour at least before I go out there and wait for the bus. It's early for me. It's 9:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm trying to make a sensible statement. Number one, I want to say thank Mark Zuckerberg and his wife right now. His wife in particular, Mark, in China today, as a memory and special commemoration of St. John Maximovich of Shanghai, China, San Francisco, China, Georgia, Russia, Republic of Russia. And what I want you to know is he's a wonder worker, and so is Saint Therese of Lisieux, France, the child Jesus and Holy Face of Christ as he was mutilated, butchered, alive, and disavowed by everything, everyone, and anything that could be possible while he went through the woes of his passion, which was the beating, the judgment against him from the qualities of control that were known to be manhood as we understand it from the time of immemorial throughout the covenant of Abraham, which was bringing us into the modern era of the end of the world. What we want to do is we want to try to remember that this is not a personal game of gain and selfish personal interest. This is for the president of China, President Xi, with our president, President Donald John Trump. Good morning, gentlemen. I hope to make a complete observation that will be sufficient for political, religious, personal, social qualities in the education department from the state of Florida through the legal channel, sheriff's department, military channel, governor office, Ron DeSantis of Florida, who's allowing me to broadcast this very shaky moment, but it's real. I don't have a script, and I didn't expect to talk about a word. I'm just pouring sweat out of my hands. That's all I do. I wanted to make a gesture that this is my son's drawing he gave me before he left Utica, New York with me in 2011 in the magnet school system under Common Core. This is what got us banned. I was banned from all parental activities and to visit the school, pick my son up, everything. You don't know that about me yet, but I do, and so does Mark with my Facebook history. Mark Zuckerberg and I, whether you like me or not, Mr. Zuckerberg, you're younger than me, and I gratefully accept the burden of age over you to sufficiently corral, micromanage, system management the United States, which is my freedom of expression and jurisdiction of jurisprudence auspicious of occasion that I'm in for legal matter and identity and form. Formal, true, and never going to relent. Cannot die this way if I'm broken down or bent up outside of my natural form from childhood, which I believe is destiny. I believe in predetermination, and I believe in fate fatale. I'm a fatalist. I believe that it wasn't ever up to us to show up and give up and perform what we believe to be our lifeblood in the duration of the lifespan from birth, life, and death. I believe that we have a system that must be considered understandable, expressive, and felt open-hearted, open-minded, and otherwise self-determined based upon our limitations and frailty and our weakness and disposition. Our weakness and disposition is our identity as a personal, formal, the word is formation of maturity. I want to make statements about the infant stages, the growth stages, the anus, the mouth, oral fixation. I want to make quality control for the effort of billions of people under billions of dollars who have no recognition that they were ever contributing to the factor and data and the stimuli to purport or suppress a notion, let alone a movement, let alone health. I believe in the system as a chemical interaction with its outside influence. That is the human being. And I want simpatico for the nervous system, nervosa system. I want our human beings to understand we all share the same backbone and anatomy. And Bruce Lee, Jun Fan comes to mind fondly, warmly, and personally, intimately since I was a child to remind me how to hold my own skeletal system with my nervous system over my muscular system, over my digestive system, over my recreational, procreative, productive system, reproductive system. I want you to know you can be helped through any and all service member, societal, or otherwise human folly as a citizen. If only you knew enough to change your mode of operation as you break down and become dysfunctional and apparently suicidal or homicidal or murderous or the intent to harm others because of yourself in lacking form. So all the queers, all the LGBTQ pedophiles, all the Negroes, all the Mexicans, all the Dominicans, all the Venezuelans, all the people that want to pretend that they're Chinese, Japanese, what are these, dirty knees, I don't know, boobies, living on the side of a cliff. I want you to know, I want you to all point your fingers at the Muslims. And I want you to know what we're talking about is very clear, concise, and coherent. It's comprehensive sensitivity and intelligence. We are going to have to stand up against a crowd of people who refuse and are hell-bent on their birthright to abide by anyone else other than their show of force. And they call themselves the Islamic Emirates. And I am not impressed with their money or their inability to comprehend that they are only 5% of the world's population and should be dead the minute they stick their dick out and try to murder you or your children in China, Japan, America, Spain. Now, here's my concept. I used to think all the blacks deserved to kill each other because that's all they did. I used to think that the Jews and the Arabs deserved to kill each other because that's all they do. And now I know what the game really is because I had to do 35 years, 30-year stretch as a religious observatory, as a religious observation under the terms of my private life, personal matter, whether I go to church or not, to take my baptismal vow seriously and not die without the attempt to remember that I started differently than the way I ended, and it was from my birth that I'm going from to return to my death. In the event this is published, because Facebook is removing my videos and deleting my videos and not allowing me to save videos to broadcast, I want you to understand that I'm taking the effort this morning to try to share the possibility that there is a great potential, if only you allow me to express myself at the moment authentically for the people in context directly involved that I pertain to, in which I hope to address. There are no mincing my words, and there's no second chances for my rating or my profile to be an administration engagement. Thank you for your time and consideration on my Facebook profile, Centinela Emil Austin, which is the representative profile that I contain several profiles on Facebook with my name, to include Austin Emil Jones Centinela. Or is it Austin Emil Centinela Jones? I think it's Austin Emil Centinela Jones. I want Jones to be my last name formally through the judge in formal court to change my name to my father's name at my earliest convenience to be able to physically accomplish that. So my son has a chance to have a better rating and a better potential for future should he survive me. Thank you for your patience with me all these years. I'm going to try to remain patient and hope for a favorable outcome while we endure this crisis of faith, basically, in the cruel, cold world of communism, Cold War. In the event that we ever saw capitalism allow us to have a lemonade stand that anybody bought from us, the lemonade on front of in our front porch anymore. I haven't seen that in over 40 years in the United States, where people can have their kids walk around and play together, and the schools entertain the fact that families are known and supported. I haven't seen that in more than 20 years of my son's 27 years on earth. You have never shown me in the United States, other than cold-hearted murder, beating brutality for BLM, Black Lives, and the propagation of the Arab Spring under the Obama administration. Since I've been walking, I'm telling you, I've been directly affected, and I'm not going to go away anytime soon with my criticisms and my condemnation of those involved were directly responsible for the quality and lack of care and disservice and conspiracy to commit harm against my family and the many families I've noticed since I've been allowed to notice Facebook years, 2006, 2007. I started on the internet in 2005 for the first time. Just so you know that. I got my first email in my community college in 2005. That's where I was. Enjoy your lives. Have a better day. Today is All Saints Day. Tomorrow is All Souls Day. It's a day of obligation for people of faith. The Catholic Church, the Orthodox Christian people have different calendar. Under Julian calendar, this is Gregorian calendar, November 1, 2025.